My question is for Zoo. Is that how you say your name? I'm sorry if I mispronounced it.
Yeah, that's right.
What your film was that. What was more scary for me is that the main character wasn't quite aware that she was being used as a vessel for the evil until it was almost too late. And it's like, you know, she has this notebook, all this stuff is happening, but she just looks at it as kind of like her lucking out, not understanding that she's being used and all these different dominoes were happening. Was it something that you purposely wanted us to go on the ride with her to have that experience? Because I really like the fact that it took us a minute to be like, okay, why is she not catching on?
A couple of things. Firstly, obviously, it's kind of when we created the supernatural entity and kind of worked out how that and the main narrative would thread alongside one another. For me, it was important that it not be too overt. And I think to Juliet, you know, whatever's in the book and whatever steps she takes along her journey are kind of inevitable. And they're inevitable for the audience as well. It was never supposed to be a big surprise. I think horror is full of tropes like that. And as soon as we see a book full of maniacal drawings, we know that they're going to happen. But secondly, I would, you know, ask the question, is she being used by a supernatural entity? I hope there is a reading of the movie where this is all in Juliet's head to some extent. Certainly the ending is meant to be able to be read a couple of different ways. And if everything is in her head, then she wouldn't necessarily make those connections particularly readily. But yes, you point out something very astute, which is that it does take her a while. And by the time she realizes the connection that the audience has already realized, in a kind of dramatic irony, it is too late. She's already taken too many steps along that path.
My question is for you, Katya Woods here again, a couple social out of Philadelphia. My question is for you, for the young lady that played the daughter. Where did you find her? And she was so amazing. You know what I mean? Like, you really, really, like, you wanted to hug her, you wanted to protect her, all of her charm, everything. You're just like, dude, show up on time for school. Where did you find her? And she's just absolutely like, thumbs up on that find.
Yeah, that's John McAlery. I think he was all of our casting directors. I'm not sure if this is the case for Bean as well, but he was all of our casting directors. And yeah, like I saw about 20 to 30 kids for this role, ranging from like 5 to 15. And, you know, I wanted somebody, like, it was tricky because you didn't want Ava to come across as too old, you know, and too bratty and too mature, because when she loses her father, or when we feel like she's starting to lose her father, you know, we need to feel for her. We need to feel that she can't survive without a parent. And so the balance between innocence and precociousness was really, really, really important to me. And when Amanda Christine is her name, when Amanda came in, I had everybody, you know, I had everybody do sides from that scene when Thomas screams at Ava, you know, when he tells her he's going to drop her off at Gary's house, and she just starts pestering him and asking him why she has to go to Gary's house and what she can do to help him instead of going to Gary's house. Just the way she reacted when her father just suddenly shifted and changed was just very, very, very natural, but, you know, just very heartbreaking, you know. She wasn't really trying either, you know, and I gave her, you know, we call them adjustments in the directing world, but like I gave her direction so that she could read the scene a different way, just to see how flexible she was. And she like took direction like that. And every time that I gave her direction, I didn't have to, like on set, I mean, I didn't have to speak to her like a child. I spoke to her the same way I spoke to Mamadou, who was incredible. You know, she's very intellectual, very cerebral, and she did her homework. Yeah, but she actually kept everybody on their toes, including Mr. Shad. She was always on.